Baby, we are in June. We're in full mode. It's volume 112. That was 112 was my room number in college.
Was it?
Freshman year.
So you say meet me in room 112?
Yeah, we did all the things.
There was a lot of peaches and cream.
Yeah.
Peaches and cream going on.
We had a board. We had a board outside of our dorm room, like a marker board. Me and my roommate, and there was like a marker and a board, and then like if you came by, you could, because back then it wasn't like Instagram or damn, that feels like another world ago.
You gotta leave that thing open.
We had BBM when I was a freshman. But if you came by, and for some reason on campus there was no service, so you needed Wi-Fi, like in the dorm.
Is BBM BlackBerry Messenger? You guys were using Blackberries in college?
Yeah. Well, when you say it like that, it's not like we were using the brick phone.
I was just saying, I mean, damn near.
It was still a messenger.
Okay.
Yeah, I still had internet. We still had to pay
it was
data
internet.
for
It was still
data.
a cloud.
Yeah, we still had to pay for data, you know?
Yeah, so we used to have the board. So if you came by and we weren't there, you leave us a message on the board. Or sometimes we were there, but people just want to leave a message on the board. So of course you have guys, they'll come by, they'll leave like something gay on it.
Yeah, draw on there or something. Yeah, that's usual.
A lot of drawing on the board.
Yeah.
Sometimes a girl will walk by and be like, and say something. We used to have like people, like girls would come by and be like, your secret admirer.
Oh yeah,
but they weren't.
Oh, they were just friends.
They just trying to get us high.
Oh, damn.
Like we had the joints. But that was a classic room, man.
Room 112, where the players dwell.
I remember when I went to college my freshman year, I had a girlfriend. So I was one of these freshmen, and we got some listeners now that gonna be coming into college next year.
Shout out, class of what? 29?
20 a billion.
30?
Yeah. 29, 30?
Class of 2030 is crazy.
Crazy.
But yeah, I remember the first semester, like I came in with a girlfriend, so I was like, nah, we gonna do long distance and we gonna make it work, I'm not gonna fall to any temptation.
These
I don't care how many
foolish games.
I don't care how many hoes is thrown at me. I'm not doing it.
Was it a ton?
I mean, that lasted about 2 months? 2 months?
Oh, that's a long time. That's a long time.
I used to go home though. I didn't live far, so I would go home.
That was the scheme.
Yeah, I would go home.
That was the scheme. Yeah. I did the same thing until were you driving at that time?
Yeah.
You were driving? Oh yeah, because you was out there.
Yeah.
I was in the BX, so I was taking the train, and then I was just like, you know what? I'm not taking the train anymore. Let me see what this college life is like.
Wow.
Yep.
I don't think
Natty Lights.
I don't think anyone going to college should go with a partner back home.
Yeah.
And that's kind of messed up because I know you graduate high school and you were high school sweethearts and you think you're going to get married and you think everything going to last. But even if you are, I think you should at least experience it.
Yeah.
Like experience it on your own, like get the...
Is it even still like that though? Given all of the movements in society, I feel like having a girlfriend is probably or a relationship is the safest thing for you.
Carmen, did you dorm?
Oh yeah, I went 2.5 hours away from my house. So I did a random roommate. This was the one with the restraining order that I feel like I've spoken about on this against her boyfriend. That I had spoken about on this podcast.
You know what you just reminded me of? Marty used to had a problem with her roommate too. I think she stole her roommate's cat or something. Why do women be having these issues?
Yeah.
It's literally, it's 50-50 with a random roommate. They're either the maid of honor in your wedding or you never speak again.
Again, that's a very poignant point.
And it honestly set the tone because to this point, some of my worst roommates have been my friends. I room better with people Strangers. I have no obligation to. Yeah. I don't want to feel like you need to be involved in my social plans.
No.
I don't want to feel beholden to have a conversation.
We just live together.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I remember I had a friend who was telling me that she got into it with her college roommate because she was just be having mad sex all the time. I'm like, how much could it be? She was all the time. And she was she would just walk in and it'd just be sex. And then, in college, she told her put the sock on the door, put something on the door. And
right.
the girl, she felt like the girl wanted to be caught.
That's what happened to me with my roommate, dead ass.
Oh, she would have a thing come in.
No, dead ass. Nothing's
sign?
Happening in here. Yeah. And it made me feel bad because I came from Catholic school and I was no way you're out here having this much sex all the time. And then I felt bad about myself that I wasn't having that much sex. It was a spiral. And then I got roommates who were more on my speed.
Have you ever in life felt I'm having too much sex?
Yes. 2 years ago.
Is it easier for women to say that?
This is too much.
This is you're going crazy.
I've thought that.
Yeah.
I
You have
think
to
if
slow down.
If you're trying to get out of a relationship and you're trying to sleep your way through it, then you have a few really questionable, like this isn't even worth it type situation.
What do you think? What would you think for a guy? What do you think is too much?
I mean, I don't know if you can have too much sex with a person you care about. Like, if you're missing all your work meetings,
I don't think he's talking about caring about somebody.
No, too much can't be with your partner.
It's not a partner.
That's what I'm saying.
He's talking about too much random, like new partners.
Like,
how much is too much
for a guy?
Why is it different than for a girl?
Isn't it? I thought it was. I thought we agreed it was.
Yeah.
I think that's old. I think Sex and the City ushered in that's not true anymore.
I mean, they did their best to normalize it, but I don't think they've made it full through.
I don't know. I feel like all my single friends are out here in these streets.
Yeah.
Not worried about having a number doesn't. I couldn't tell you mine. Not in a crazy way. In a why would you count that? What? Don't meet me with silence.
I didn't say anything.
What?
This is a feminist podcast.
We let you shine, baby. That was a moment to shine.
We support women with high body counts.
Do your thing.
I imagine most of the adulterers all have a high body count. And all the women that listen to this.
Do your thing.
Yeah, and who are we?
Nobody.
Two clowns dressed in the same outfit to tell you.
Two bozos.
Yeah, to tell you not to sleep with everyone at the bar.
Yeah.
Well, you've got to kiss a few frogs to find out what kissing Prince Charming looks like, as they say.
Yes.
There you go.
So you saying the majority of your friend groups, without saying names, they don't have any concern for like a number. They don't feel like it's getting too high. They don't feel like you know they're gonna go to hell.
Hell no. And like last summer, people were really going off.
They were getting after it.
Yeah.
Is that post-COVID like dust off?
No,
Like
I don't want to hear no post-COVID excuses no more.
Yeah.
COVID was 5 years ago.
We are still
If you are outside, no. I don't want to make excuses for people.
No.
We don't here at the Adulthood podcast. We do not judge anyone. But if you're out here having foursomes, I don't want to hear we were locked up in COVID and I'm just letting.
You gotta
free.
shed that off.
COVID was 5 years ago.
You gotta shed it off, B.
It is over. You are doing this because you want to do
The
it.
statue's done. The statues is over. Damn,
long
that's
COVID.
crazy. Yeah, Extendo. Isn't it a new version now?
Extendo COVID.
So what are they saying?
Like my friends last summer, it was just reckless. Like we all were just really going off. And then like I definitely hit I think a few of us hit a point where we were like, all right, you just get one bad apple and it ruins the bunch.
Yeah, you ever had like a STDs like run through your friend group?
Of course.
Yeah, you know what's crazy?
That messes up a run.
I know. I mean, I've had it. I've had friends like talk about getting it, but I've never experienced that. Not yet. Knock on wood.
I have not had one either, but I mean, they normalized chlamydia because they
everything. Look. A lot of our,
When did that get normalized?
I want to be clear. No, I want to be clear. A lot of our listeners have STDs. I know that for a fact.
Okay.
So I don't want to shame any of the adulterers. This is a grown up podcast. Grown-ups get STDs. That's
what
just
happens.
part of it.
That's what
So we don't
happens.
shame or judge anyone going through it. Take your pills, get your shot. You'll be okay. Keep listening to Adulthood podcast. I want to make sure not to shame our listeners.
You know where there's high numbers of STDs, right?
Where?
Senior citizen home.
Oh, yeah, we
like
spoke
that. They wrecked through that. We spoke about this.
No, we're adults here.
We're adulthood.
We all take chances.
It's all of the above.
I can't wait for retirement home culture. I'm like, this is like college 2.0. Like,
But you don't
people
bounce
have
back.
died off, divorced. Everybody's in the same place. It's easy to hook up, easy to make like a slow burn romance with the guy who has the same lunch shift as you.
Right.
So you
I worked that one.
What?
I worked.
You worked at a home?
Yeah. They were banging.
They was out there.
Yeah.
I did too.
You did?
Yeah, in high school.
Yeah.
Do you guys see them flirting?
They used to flirt with me. But they were like, it wasn't just adult. It was like adults with mental disability. So it was like bipolar, schizophrenic.
Okay.
Like a lot of that. So yeah. So they used to offer me sex.
Wow. Okay.
For money.
There you go.
I mean,
I never did it.
thank you for. I mean, that was obviously.
That was
Neither
the
did
next
I.
question.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I never did it. But it definitely got offered.
Thanks, Cam.
I definitely got offered.
Yeah.
How do you? Because I feel like the way that a man consoles their friends and the way a woman consoles her friends when they get an STD, I feel like it's very different. Because I've had and please don't take this and make this the clip so I could go viral on World Star Hip Hop with me being the STD apologist.
Hey,
I don't want those clips.
We just got our first deal. Keep the clips going.
Right.
They're gonna take it back. They're gonna be like, well, could he not wear our clothes when he's talking about when he's normalizing chlamydia?
It's 2025. It's all about the numbers.
Right.
Now go to your store.
I'll say whenever I have had a friend tell me that they think they had an STD, like one of my guy friends, I'll be like, which one, right? And they'll say the one, and then when it's light, I'll be like, they got you, huh?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, yeah, I'm good though. But then you bounce back. But I don't think it's the same for women.
Hold on. Can I interject before you interject?
Please.
Is it also I'm changing my life. I'm going to church. You know what I'm saying? I ain't fucking with these bitches no more, man. Yeah. And then the next thing you know, once they get that, whatever the result is, but if it's a negative, which leads them to being positive, then it's back in these streets like nothing happened.
Yes. I think that for sure. But a lot of the dudes are grown, and I think the growner you get, like they just be like, I'm gonna take the shot, whatever. I don't know the cures. So
it's definitely not Clorox wipes.
Yeah, I don't know how they cure, but how do women handle it with each other?
I have not had
crying and go to brunch.
I was gonna say I have not had a friend who's gotten an STI who is not had to crash out, drinking in the day. Like, I can't believe you said brunch, because I'm like, that's like we take a day off work and it's martinis at 11 a.m.
Yeah, on a Tuesday.
This happened to me in the last couple months. I had a friend who...
She got burnt out?
From a dude who just she knew she shouldn't have been messing with him. Like, it was like, why is he still in the picture? That calls for a PTO day to be taken. But here's the thing, like, chlamydia is the common cold of the vagina. That's what doctors say. So like,
that's a t-shirt.
That's a t-shirt if I ever heard one.
It's what they say medically. So I'm like, if you get the clap, let me saying this, but like, whatever, it's a pill.
I agree. No, I agree.
We all move on.
I agree. Be smarter then. Maybe don't have sex with the guy at the bar with the backwards Duke cap.
Yeah. Or UNC.
Clip that.
Yeah. That guy?
With Sperry's on?
Yeah, don't have sex with that guy.
Right. Right. If you're white and wear a backwards baseball cap, nobody, right? That's a very poignant point.
So did your friend have to, because I think the worst part, especially about something like chlamydia, because chlamydia, like you said, is a cold, you take a pill, whatever, they'll be good. But having to break that to the partner?
Especially when you're having a fun summer and there might need to be a multiple text set.
Ooh.
Discovering who gave it to you, which happened to my roommate.
Ooh.
But you never really know though.
You don't.
Like, sometimes you assume is the guy because like you said, he's wearing cargo shorts and Sperry's.
Yeah.
You think he obviously has chlamydia.
And a Vineyard Vines t-shirt.
Well, that's the fact-finding mission. Is it's like not only like, yo, I have this. Also, I'm sleeping with other people because I'm trying to figure out who this is. Also, if you have it, you need to like do your due diligence and make sure you inform your people. Like, it's a disaster.
I've had this. I told you the story. This has happened to me where like a girl I found out that a girl was sleeping around like that because she reached out to me saying that she thought that she might have a STI and it might have been me, but then I went and got tested and it was clean.
And you were, nope.
And then she was like, she just felt awkward. She was like, I'm so sorry. This is so embarrassing.
It's a nightmare.
I wasn't even mad at her.
She did the responsible thing.
Look at that.
Right.
But wait, did you think like y'all were exclusive? That's the thing. That's where it gets tricky.
Bro, I never think that.
To all the ladies in the place with Starling Grace, allow me to introduce these.
I don't put nothing past no one. To be honest, I like people make mistakes. Who am I to judge you for that? Like, sometimes people get mad and take it so personal. Like, it ain't personal. They just wanted to have sex with someone else.
And you weren't there.
And maybe I was, but it wasn't my turn.
Hey.
But it wasn't your turn.
Hey, yeah. I don't applaud it. I don't want it. But when it happens, it's not like, some people act like, oh, this is the worst thing. I can't believe. I can believe it.
Yeah.
Trump's president. There are no rules anymore.
So so how did your friend had to, start a group chat with all the guys she slept with?
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a premise.
STI
it was
group
even
chat?
worse than that, which she had like written out in a notes app, a little script of what she was. I think there were 3 or 4 suitors that she needed to communicate this information.
But hold on. So did she know who gave it? Was she trying to find out who gave it to her as well?
It was notification and then fact-finding mission of like letting you know I have this, so you might like go get tested. And did you get like who gave this to me? But she sent the same script to like the same 3 or 4 guys.
Jesus.
Obviously screwed up and wrote the wrong name. And one of them like said like, "Hey Michael," to an Andrew.
That's gonna be somebody's wife one day.
Damn. Like, was Michael sitting next to Andrew? Like, hey,
that's right.
Like, was it?
It was
in the circle.
Honestly, we need to like, that would be a great job, is like a crisis communicator when you have an STI. Like you hire them $50, handle all communication.
I mean, I mean,
that's the premise.
I would love, I don't think there's a better person.
That's made for you.
To me, I mean, I'm a Virgo.
That's made for you.
I would love to tell people they have STDs.
In
this
those
is like
shades.
pitch 3.
Literally.
You call me, I'll call your partner and tell them you have an STD.
Hi,
Like,
I'm Ian Lara calling on behalf of Carmen's friend.
no, let's do it, Carmen. Let's do it.
Right?
Let's pretend.
Please.
Let's pretend.
Okay,
I'll
so
call you.
You're calling
Yeah,
me.
I'll call you.
Okay. Ring. Hello?
Hello. Yeah, is this Carmen?
Yeah, this is she. Who is this?
Do you know Jeremy, the dude that be wearing the hockey jersey all the time?
From Staten Island.
Yeah, of course. Why?
The tall one, because I don't know how many hockey guys you sleeping with.
All
right, look, he got chlamydia, so get tested.
What?
I don't know if you gave it to him. I don't know. Look, let's not make this a big deal.
No, I'm only sleeping with Jeremy.
Let's not make this a big deal. Let's not make this a big deal.
Not make it a big deal. I thought I was going to marry this guy.
Ma'am, you have chlamydia.
I'm about to quit my job.
Ma'am, you have chlamydia. Go to your local urgent care. They will give you a pill. You will be okay. Please do not.
Get in here.
Please do not contact Jeremy. He wants nothing to do with you.
Don't contact Jeremy. I'm calling him on his job right now.
Please do
I
not
know where he
contact.
works.
Ma'am.
Who are you?
Ma'am, you have chlamydia. Click. That's not bad. Bro, I could do this. I could do this for a living.
Your bedside manner's terrible.
Bro, it's no bed. How you want to do it with bedside manner?
You gotta be calm.
But you know what my biggest takeaway from the pit, which I binged, was when you're delivering tough news, the only way out is through.
You gotta do it.
You gotta go through it.
No sugarcoating.
Yeah, clarity is kindness.
And look him in the eye. I'll call you on FaceTime.
I thought you would tell you. You got to FaceTime.
I'll call you on FaceTime to tell you got chlamydia.
No, you definitely got to FaceTime. You definitely got to FaceTime, and you forgot the code of it.
Yeah.
That would have softened it.
It's
That's
just a
what
code.
I mean.
I want to look you in the eyes when I tell you that your partner gave you chlamydia.
There you go.
That's the clip.
That's the only. That's the only way. Please don't. That's the only way you're gonna learn.
You're gonna learn.
If I call you with all the bedside manner and I tiptoe and walk you through it, you're not gonna care.
Yo, you just bring up a great point. And now that AI is like rampant or whatever, they need to like step up their like at home STD tests.
Bro,
right
AI, I mean, I was hesitant for a little bit, but
It's doing
Chat GPT, I mean,
right?
that Chat GPT is the GOAT, bro. I haven't been wrong in a conversation in like 3 weeks.
You're welcome.
I'm arguing with my landlord right now via chat, and I'm like, per New York tenant code 70B2.
Yo, man, yeah, everyone's an attorney, everyone's a doctor, everyone's an STD specialist.
Exactly.
On Chat GPT. You can literally upload a photo of your genitals and be like, what is this? And they'll be like, first of all, it's huge. And second of all, you're good.
Yeah.
And I'm not speaking for, I'm just saying that those are the possibilities that you can get in an answer from Chat GPT.
On their phone though. Like that would be crazy.
Bro, Chat GPT is good, man. It's the GOAT. It's the GOAT. You on it? You're on it, right? You said?
I try to not use it unless it's something really stupid. Like I might list out all these dates, but it's the 5th most used website in the world. Apparently it came out this week, which is...
I'm surprised it's not one.
Number one.
Who's one?
Google.
Still?
Yo, if you still Googling, you're poor.
They hating.
And ChatGPT is free, right?
They have different tiers. They have the paid tier and then multiple paid tiers, but the like the Google version, yeah, it's free.
I think I'm paying though, because mine, they'll send a robot to my house.
Right, that's why they told you you're huge.
With medicine,
You got to pay for that.
Yeah,
that is funny.
That's the monthly subscription. You're not getting that for free.
Hell no.
But what do you think? Like, if you had to break it to somebody, what's the appropriate way to break that? You think you might have had an STD?
I think just straight and direct.
Yeah,
and then deal with the repercussions.
But with bedside manners, if you're the person who gave it.
Yeah, definitely. If you're the deliverer, then you got to deliver the news with some
I think
sugar.
you apologize, but at the end of the day, what more is that like that person's going to be angry with you? At the very least, you've caused them an inconvenience of having to go to a health clinic.
I don't think they'll be angry, depending on what the situation was. I don't think they'll be angry. Like if you hooked up with some random person at a bar and they gave you chlamydia, you be mad at yourself.
At yourself
for not using protection.
Like that's not like you.
That's
both.
A good point.
That's the same way you got chlamydia is the same way he got it.
Right.
Yes.
So who's better here? If it's your partner, obviously that's a bigger conversation.
Bigger conversation. Absolutely.
Right. Well, I was going to say this. Never mind.
You can't just tease us like that.
Well, I was saying, speaking of fooling around in a partner, we do have a DM that's kind of like that.
We are the segue kings.
I was going to say.
No, we'll get into the DM. We'll get into the DM in 1 second. But first, we have to absolutely give a shout out to chic.com.
Oh, chic.com.
For keeping us in fly gear. We're going to be partnering up with chic.com. They're going to be dressing us for the show all summer. We got gear from them. This set that we got is very New York, very Brooklyn.
Shout out.
We got the Knicks in the playoffs.
You already know.
New York is on top.
We on here.
Go to chic.com for all your clothing merch. They got so many brands. They got
so
BBC,
many brands.
They got Babe, they got up and comers,
True Religion.
It's a dope brand.
I feel like I'm back in 03. True Religion is hot.
True Religion is hot again. Yeah.
It's hot.
Everything I got True Religion hot. Everything we're gonna be wearing for like the next, I guess probably all summer is gonna be there. So if you want to get any of this stuff, just go on the website. Is SHIEKH.com. And we should get a promo code. Let's try to get adulterers as a promo code.
Yeah.
And we'll give you guys a discount. We'll get
Big shout out to Rich for sending that package, you heard.
Shout out to all the folks out there. They used to be old Karma Loop, right?
Yeah.
I remember Karma Loop in college. That was like one of the websites. This is before like ASOS and before all these websites. That was one of the websites where you can get like a lot of dope stuff.
Yeah.
But this site, I was going through it. They got everything. So make sure you guys check them out. And we got partnerships.
We got partnerships. We did it.
We joked about it, but it's here.
Would you say that we manifested this?
No.
Okay.
I would not say that.
I
would not say that, no. But I will say that, shout out to them.
Big shout out.
Believing that we gonna blow up and wanting to be the outfitters of us when we become the biggest podcast on the universe.
You said Room 112.
Yeah.
We're basically an R&B group.
I don't think we'll ever become the biggest podcast in the world. I don't want to be the biggest podcast in the world.
No, that's too much pressure.
That's too much pressure. Then you can't have fun once you become the biggest podcast.
No, you can't.
You got like have responsibilities.
Yeah.
Well, I would. Some of these podcasters don't. But I would, right? Yeah. Like you would be like,
So like we're shooting for like mid-tier. Is that what we're shooting for?
Shoot for the stars, land on the moon.
Because I do want to interview
That's a white saying.
What?
That's a white saying.
That is.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
The white sayings have still been blowing up.
Still going.
Yeah, we got a lot of collaborators on there.
Let me ask you guys.
Please.
First of all, I'm a little bit offended that I didn't walk in here and have a matching set.
Yeah, I understand.
But I'm going to I just cut the shorts a little bit shorter.
Okay.
I'm going to get over it. It's just going to take me a few weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
But where would you guys wear these sets in the wild? Because to me, this is screaming beach bar. But is there where would you wear this on the road? Like, where would you wear a fit like this?
This is a good question.
This is a great question.
This is a good question. I think that
because for those listening, it's a rainbow striped set. Go to the YouTube.
It's Coogee style.
It's
supposed to be Coogee. This is old 90s Biggie sweaters.
Notorious.
And this is like a Brooklyn brand that's making it. This is a fly outfit. This type of outfit you could wear to a barbecue. Any type of barbecue, any type of day party.
That's what I was gonna go with.
If you're from New York, they have like a smorgasburg. That's kind of like a day event. If you come from like a small town, you could wear this to like the farmer's market.
There you go.
That's something like
street fair.
Yeah, that you guys do.
Street fair.
Yeah, so it has a lot of options at the beach for sure. You're gonna be on a boat. You want to be the guy on the boat that doesn't I don't get wet. You know that guy. You can wear this, and they'll be like, "Where's your bathing suit?" Nah, I don't do water. That's been me a couple times, and people look at you like you're better than them.
My whole life,
when you tell them that you don't jump in pools.
Multifunctional.
Yeah,
multifunctional.
Yeah,
maybe even a baby shower. Somebody's having a baby shower. You could pull up to especially if it's not yours.
So a lot of baby showers in the summer are in backyards.
Exactly.
Any event that's in a backyard,
outside,
you can wear this.
Boat party.
You can wear this. I'm gonna be on the road this weekend. It'll be after this comes out after, but I'm gonna be in Newport, Rhode Island, which is like a
chic.
a beach. Yeah, it's a rich beach town. So I'm gonna definitely have this. I'll pull this out.
at the casino
I'll
up there?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a casino, but there's definitely boats and hoes.
Oh,
Boats and hoes.
Yeah, there's a lot of boats. I don't
Boats
know
and
why.
hoes.
I don't know why, and I don't want to sound controversial, but everywhere that I see boats, I see a lot of women.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but boats and women, like, they just go together. Like, I was in Chicago, you go down, like, they have the river, and the boat is just like 2 guys, 30 women on every boat.
Oh, yeah.
On every boat.
Can I give a theory?
Please give a theory.
One theory on this is that women love pictures and water pictures. So water pictures in a boat, boom.
Yeah, they do.
Also, unlike, there is always a guy who doesn't swim, but there's not a lot of girls who don't swim. Like when I'm hanging out with my girlfriends, we're typically in the water in the summer. So that's one thing.
Unless they're in the middle of a STD
Crisis.
Yeah.
Well, that's not going to stop them.
Oh, they're still in the water?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's
I think
why I don't get in.
It disinfects.
Yeah.
Doesn't it disinfect the chlorine?
Right.
Yo, Adulthood podcast or adulterers, how I like to call y'all. If you want to see me live on the road this weekend, I'm at the Miami Improv June 6th to the 8th. Get your tickets right now, IanLaraLive.com. Miami Improv, South Beach, South Florida. Come mess with the kid. Thank y'all for listening. Like, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Peace. Now, Kim, let me ask you a question. You're a white guy. Would you wear this?
Probably not, to be honest with you.
Why? You don't feel like you
I just don't think I could pull it off.
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
I hate
It's not
that.
even confidence. I just don't think I could pull it off.
But I hate that. I hate when people say that because
Yes.
you can pull off anything.
can pull this off.
You got a tie-dye shirt on. You pull it off.
But I wear tie-dye every day. That's my style.
This is tie-dye Jace.
Cam, I think you could totally rock
You could definitely.
Maybe the shirt, but not the shorts.
Nah.
You can't just wear the shirt.
You can't limit
It's a set.
yourself. Yeah.
It's tied together.
You can't limit yourself, brother.
And also, you like people like to see white guys when they take like risks like this. Like it makes people happy. Like white women don't love it, but like a black girl might see it and be like, oh, look at him. He has swag. Maybe he's a fan of Jack Harlow. You know, like stuff like that. Which,
That's why I'm not going to wear it.
which they like it.
Yeah. But what's the band Fish? What's the band you like?
That one.
Fish, yeah.
All right, so you come through wearing this, but playing some Fish. Now it's just like, who is Mr. Interesting over there?
Mr.
I don't know
Yeah,
how
no,
to put
for
it
real.
together.
For real.
You're blowing
I'm
minds.
interested.
Yeah,
I
blowing
mean,
minds.
you wear this and it definitely says maybe you haven't done it, but you're okay with dating black women, which is nice. People like to know that about other people.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Right then and there.
That's nice. That opens you up to black women. And then white women who are like woke, they get happy about it too.
You blew their mind.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this guy is progressive, he's on our team.
Boom.
And that's good. So chic.com for the merch.
For the fits.
And also June 1st, Pride Month.
Yes.
I was going to say, these are pride outfits.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
I would. It's a rainbow.
It's not a rainbow. Shout out to the Rainbow.
Roy G. Okay.
Shout out to the Rainbow Coalition.
Absolutely.
Pride Month, June for the whole month. New York is crazy.
Yeah, the whole month.
You know what's the craziest thing I saw in Pride Month? It was
What's
like
that?
it was literally like after COVID. It was like 2021, like Pride. No, it was COVID 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
On 27th Street.
When no, you could go out like this was when people were just like starting to go outside, like the COVID numbers were low. But people, you still had to wear a face mask indoors and all that stuff. And I was doing shows and I got stuck in the Pride, like in the middle of the Pride parade let out. And I saw like 4 or 5 guys dressed in like they had a face mask and a G-string. And
Yeah,
I was
the
like,
bondage.
okay, New
Okay.
York is
It's
back.
back.
You know.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
like the first thing. And I gotta say, New York in the playoffs. Chance to win a championship this year. My friend Ricky Velez, shout out to Ricky Velez.
Shout out to Ricky.
Watch his he got an HBO special. Check out his HBO special. He had the funniest take on it yesterday. He was like, it feels like the days after 9/11. How New Yorkers have came together. They're like, it's all right. We're gonna get, we're here. We're gonna get through. Like the camaraderie in New York right now is insane.
Bro, honestly, it feels like that. Like it feels like that or 1999 in the sense of Coogee. Look, we're wearing a Coogee set. True Religion is hot. What else is hot? Evisu jeans is hot.
You know what's back? Ed Hardy.
Von Dutch.
Back. Von Dutch is
That's
back.
what I was going. Juicy Couture.
Yo, fashion is so cyclical. Don't throw anything away,
bro.
Because it's coming back.
Let's just get our sidekicks back.
It's coming back.
I'm gonna get a sidekick for what?
Please.
Why not?
Yeah.
Let's
Hit me on AIM. Adulthood podcast on AIM. That's my screen
Or
name.
BlackBerry Messenger, whatever the hell that is.
BBM. You heard?
Right.
Let's do something. The call.
Okay, so this is one of the fan DMs. And this is from a girl named Tatiana.
Toddy.
What's up?
Yeah, cool name alert. Okay, she goes, hi, with a million eyes.
Tati.
Adulthood
Like
fam.
that. If you say hi to me, a lot of eyes, a lot of Y's.
There you go.
Hi, Adulthood fam. You guys are the highlight of my week for real. Like every time you guys give advice, I'm like, exactly.
This is what I'm talking about, Tati. I understand. We are right about 99% of the things we say. Why doesn't everyone listen to us? I don't get it. I do not understand. But go ahead, Tati.
She goes writing in with an all caps scandal.
Scandal.
I need help navigating.
Like that, and it ain't crazy.
Right.
Go ahead.
My best friend got engaged this past weekend, so her entire fam was in town to celebrate. We did it up big. Champagne toast, open bar, and before we knew it, some of us were out late night at a fun bar in town. My best friend has an older sis who is married. Let's call her husband, aka my best friend's brother-in-law, Andre. Andre and I have always had a good vibe, but obviously as family friends, you know. He made it out to the late night bar. His wife went home.
Ooh.
All of a sudden, I found Andre putting moves on me.
Ooh.
It started with him buying me drinks, which wasn't weird. But then he was looking at me with V eyes, in parentheses, Carmen knows, thank you. Then she goes, he was checking out my rack, putting his hand on my waist, all the tings. I tried to separate myself and excuse the behavior as us all being turned up, but I found out the next day that Andre's wife is pregnant. Should I say something about this dude's scumbag behavior to my friend? The guilt is killing me, but I know it's going to be bad if I do.
I'm honestly, this question bothers me because I feel that at the Adulthood podcast, one of the number one advice that we like to give people is about minding their business. So the fact that you would call and think that it is your job because you have a nice rack to ruin somebody's marriage and pregnancy, that is absolutely not allowed. Keep it to yourself, Tatiana. Nothing. You know what's going to happen, Toddy? They're going to argue, stay together, and then you're going to be ousted from the friend group because you got a nice rack.
And ostracized.
Exactly.
Wow.
Because you Rack City.
It's
Right.
just, but what does she do with the guilt?
What is she guilty about?
I think she just feels guilty that she was even in a situation, like probably.
There's no scenario where she says this and she doesn't get blamed.
You
None.
think?
Yes.
And
There's none.
and it is not a crime to have a nice rack. You are not guilty of having
It's
a
a
nice
privilege.
rack. It's a privilege. God gave those to you, bestowed them to you.
Right. And if he wants to look and buy you drinks, was it anything more than
Was
that?
there anything else?
He said hands on her waist, giving her the eyes, like the.
I don't. You know me. I don't. The eyes. I don't know.
That's why I would
know.
appreciate that
That's
she
your
shouted
thing.
me out.
And then was he like?
Can
Was
I see
he?
Tatiana? I gotta put a face on this.
Was he topsy turvy? Because he could have just been using the waist for stabilization. You know, drunk people can't stand up straight.
Interesting.
They can't stand
You
up
send it?
straight.
What?
I just want to see what she
You
looks
giving
like.
visual conf?
Yeah, because I want to see like if they're gonna blame her. Is it? I'll look.
I was gonna say I might have to find it after.
Okay.
Might have been a write-in.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I say, what do you think? You're the reasonable woman.
I think that guilt is. Really hard because you feel like you. I don't know. And it's like watching somebody be pregnant and know that the husband's suspect sucks.
But it's not your role. It's not like here's the thing.
It's family stuff.
I understand like people want to be, you want to be like a girl's girl and be like, but it never comes off how you want it to. Like you think that you gonna tell her and she gonna be like, thank you, girl. Like, I appreciate you for having my back. That's not what's gonna happen. They gonna be like, they gonna treat you just like how like God treat. They're gonna be like, what were you wearing? Well, what was you doing? Why you let him put his hands on? Why you let him buy you drinks? Why you let him look at your boobs?
I also think like if you can be really honest with yourself and like your side of the street is totally clean, like you weren't hitting on him, you were just being friendly. Like I do think what's the point of saying anything? Because if he's gonna do that with you and a family friend at a family engagement, he's doing it with other women. So like, yeah.
Also, I think we have to tread lightly when it comes to ruining marriages
And her homo.
Yeah,
She's
like
pregnant.
one thing is a relationship, you know, maybe they're dating, but a marriage with a pregnant thing, like what if you bring this up What if you bring this up? It causes a rift between them, and she miscarriages.
Holy smokes.
That happens.
That's not like crazy.
Yeah.
That happens.
Like this is slippery ice that you're skating on.
Yep.
I say leave it alone. Pretend it didn't happen. Just pretend it did not happen.
And then don't even engage with them. Like cut them out of your life.
Just next time.
Do what you can control, which is don't be at the bar with them.
Next time, make sure that they understand that it's not cool and not allowed.
At all.
This is a slippery slope. You gonna tell a pregnant woman that her husband's a bastard?
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's a good point.
You don't want to invite that kind of like karma
points.
into your life.
No.
Yeah, you don't.
You guys always come at it from the realm of justice. Or I come at it
We're
from
social justice warriors.
That's what we are.
That was going to be the name of the podcast.
you. Social justice. Was it actually? I was like, that's crazy. Okay. Everyone just mind their business.
You know, we talked about aioli being the rebrand for mayo, right? It's just like fancy mayo, aioli.
Mayo
Meditation is just
school.
Meditation is just a fancy way of saying mind your business.
Yes.
Right?
Wow.
So just meditate on it.
Meditate on it. Let the universe fix you. Do you think it's people's job to just be getting involved in other people's lives? In that way?
No, but I think from a girl's perspective, not to be like paint with a broad brush, but it's like I think to be a woman it sounds like Tatiana's pretty attractive, like is to be hit on by men when you don't want to be, which can be like, I know you guys think of it as a privilege, but it's violating in some ways, especially when she's celebrating a family thing. So I think she's probably coming at it from the lens of like, if this is her best friend's older sister, she probably cares about the older sister. So she's like, I don't want her to like be starting a family with this scumbag. But to your point,
wait, this is her best friend's older sister?
Sister is the one who's married to the guy.
Oh, so we got a Kylie and Jordan type of situation.
This is, oh my God, this is giving like Tristan Thompson.
Oh. I mean, it's almost the exact same thing.
But in this case, it sounds like Tatiana wasn't fooling around, whereas Jordan was.
Jordan said she wasn't.
Yes, she was. Don't even come at me with that. I've watched that episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians multiple times.
Well, that was told by the Kardashians. Her side of the story, she says that she like hung out like she did, but
no, she texted Chloe and told him
that they hung out.
Yeah, but then that they kissed.
Oh, they kissed?
Yeah, but then it was apparently more. I mean, I don't know. She didn't say anything. I don't think it sounds like it from the DM, but I didn't see anything about that in there.
But
Kardashians coming to life.
There you go. But I think what we were saying is that like it's not even about the BTP, which is big titty privilege. It's more about like the
T-shirt.
It's actually being selfish and thinking about the reverberations of what would happen to you. You know what I mean? Like you were saying about getting cussed out and like what could happen to the baby. Like that kind of guilt would probably be even worse, right? If you find out that you said something that
I'm not bringing problems into my
your own life
like that, bro. Like
that
even,
kind of
like if your wife, unless it's my partner where I know that nothing that what I say is going to be taken as truth. They're going to know, they're not going to accuse me of like lying or embellishing. And they know that I'm coming at them from like a 100% truthful place. Not getting involved. Bro.
Not at all.
I'm not
at
now
all.
I tell you that your wife was coming on to me. Now you want to fight me. Now you want. By the way, I got to say this. Somebody DM me because a couple episodes ago, I mentioned that some girls have put their guys onto the podcast and they were sending me nudes. I was joking about that. It was not your girlfriend.
You got approached?
No, it was just like, hey, I just want to know if I can. No, I was joking, and I said on the podcast that I was joking.
Are you a celebrity crush? This is a good point. This is a good pivot.
Is he?
I feel
I'm
like
asking.
I'm falling off. I'm rebranded.
You rebranded? Oh, you're starting again? I think was it
a lot of selfies.
The stash? Did
It has
that
not
throw
been
you
no
off?
selfies.
There's been a few selfies.
It has not been no selfies.
There's been a few.
I have not took any.
On stories.
Those are
Bloomington.
Those are flyers.
Flyers.
Those are flyers. Look at my story right now. There's no selfies. Cam, you ever took a selfie?
Like ever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know your vibe.
How do you feel when you catch men taking selfies? How do you feel?
I don't want it coming across my desk.
Women say that, but yet here we are.
But there's nothing wrong with the selfie, but like catching the man in the act of getting the selfie.
I mean, there's nothing worse than that.
Really?
You'll never catch me.
What?
Unless the only way
Because you're doing it in your car.
Yeah,
I see them.
stalker. The only way you'll do it. The only way you'll
I gotta
see
mute
me,
you.
The only way you'll see me is if like it gotta be some cool behind me. You know, that's the key. Like you do a selfie, but it's like.
That type of shit is fine.
That's fine, yeah.
If
But
the
like-
St. Louis Arch or whatever the hell's in the back.
Shout out to St. Louis.
Yeah, some stupid, but
Sure.
but
Shit, why not?
but the straight up, nah, you never gonna catch me. You more catch me talking to the camera.
That's different.
Like talking shit.
And but he's promoting though. Like
what was
so,
that,
like
what was
it's,
that face you just made?
that's the talking to the camera?
Promoting one of your weekends.
How do you feel?
They
Like
get a
when
lot
you
of views.
catch
Selfie sell.
Shout out.
Selfie sell.
That's a t-shirt. That's definitely a t-shirt.
Wait, by the way, what did you think of my college town, Bloomington, Indiana?
That was your college town?
What school
Yeah,
did you
that's
go
why.
to?
Indiana?
That's why I DM'd you and was like, if you need any restaurant recs, let me know.
I got you blocked. I gotta.
No, he
got
responded. This
Wait.
narrative, he doesn't follow me. on
You're a
Instagram.
Hoosier?
What? Yeah.
I did not know that.
That's why I DM'd you, and I was like, I could have.
being weird. I didn't know he went there.
I can't
Oh
believe.
my
I
God.
can't believe
First of all,
this.
I gotta talk about my last 2 weekends.
You see me at a restaurant in public, you don't say hi. I try and hook you up with restaurant
I did
recs
not
in
know
a
that was
city
your
I
alma
used to
mater,
live
though.
in. You blow me off. I don't know where to go from here.
First, shout out to Boston. I did Boston the weekend
Sure.
the weekend before. No, because I did Boston the weekend before. Boston is one of those cities that like show love. The shows are great. Full shows, adulterers. I did a meet and greet.
Shout out.
Lined up, took photos with everyone. I had adulterers come up. They said they're fans of the podcast.
Big
they
shout
said to
out.
tell you hello. They're saying they wanted to come up to New York, go to Miss Lily's because we talk about Miss Lily's got to send us some.
Hold on,
beef
nah,
patties
we
or
gotta
something.
get some jerk
For
chicken
real.
or
Yeah,
They
something.
gotta
Nah,
send us something.
they
Like
gotta
a tray
cater
or
something. Hold
Pina
on.
coladas for the next episode.
Yeah, because the way
Something.
people talking about they're gonna make an interstate travel to go to Miss Lily.
In the
Done a
car
few
by the
DMs about
bar.
it. We
Yeah.
might have to do an event there.
Right. That would be dope. To do a live podcast in a Jamaica. We could dress like this.
I was going to say, now I know
This
where
is-
you're wearing these. stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, but shout out to all the people who came out in Boston. I had so much fun there. Boston, I love that. That's one of those cities where I would tape a special. Like the fans showed
For
me a
real?
lot of love there. Yeah, I had a
Wow.
good time.
Were
We
you-
went out to the show. You know who graduated? Dr. Taylor, remember, friend of the podcast.
Yeah.
The, sex therapist.
sex therapist.
She was in Boston with
Okay.
her boyfriend and her family. They came out to the show. She's a real doctor now.
And she's an adulterer.
PhD doctor, adulteress. sex
Look at that.
therapist. We'll get her back. We'll get her back on the podcast. Let's see what's new with sex.
You
But,
know what?
You know.
We need an adulterer university, and we need to send her a sweater because she's definitely an alum of the Adulthood University.
She gave me like an anal. Remember, she gave me like the anal massager, the
Yeah.
vibrator, and I have it in my car. It's unopened in my car, but every time
you
I
have it
go
in
do
your
a car
car.
wash, I don't know where to put it. I don't want to put it in my apartment.
Fire that up before you take the selfie.
Every time,
That's what we get.
bro.
that
Every
from.
time I get a car wash, it's under my seat. Every time I get a car wash, they take it out and put it on the driver's seat. I'm like, why y'all keep putting this on the driver's seat? Like I don't know it's there, and it's unopened. Y'all know, like I've been coming to this car wash for like a year. It's been there for a year. Why y'all keep doing this?
Why you don't put it in the trunk?
Because I have the Jeep, so in the trunk it's out anyway.
On the side.
Because I don't want it to seem like I'm hiding it. I don't want you to be digging around and see it and be
I
like,
think this is on you. You got to get it out of the car.
Well, I wanted
Imagine
to
you
give-
get
I
pulled
wanted
over
to-
and searched by the cops.
no, they might let me go during June. I wanted to give it to one of my friends as like a Christmas gift, like a joke Christmas gift. But
Save that for White Elephant.
maybe I'll bring it in. We'll use it as like
No free sponsors.
it'll be like
like the background.
like the backdrop.
Yeah.
Wait, is this not centered? I hate when this is not centered. Can I see that? I'm a Virgo. I'm anal like that. But shout out to Boston. Oh, I didn't even realize. No pun intended. Shout out to Boston for everybody coming out and all the adulterers.
And Lauren.
There was one dude came up to me. He said he's seen me in 2 different cities already. I think his name was Chris. He said
Shout
he's
out
an
to Chris.
adulterer and that he listens and that he fucks with the pod. So shout out to you. And then Bloomington. I was in Bloomington this weekend. I was doing the Comedy Addict in Bloomington, Indiana. And let's just say that the fentanyl crisis is real. And it's happening in Bloomington.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? My hotel was across the street from, it was like up the block. It was about, let's say a block away, across the street and a block away from where I was staying. So I was walking to the shows every night.
You were in an interesting part of town.
I'm walking to the club and I see a guy like walking towards me, and I use the term walking loosely because he was like fully crouched over, like not looking up, crossing the street, head down. You know, like when you're like on the fentanyl thing.
The fiend reverse lean,
right,
the fiend forward.
Right, yeah. Then I cross the street, like, you know, to avoid. Then I see a woman coming down the street. She's cursing me out. I don't do nothing.
Are you walking by yourself?
Yeah, it's right across the street. It's in the middle of the day. I mean, it's like 7 p.m. The sun is out.
This sounds like a thriller video.
She's cursing me. That's what it felt like. She's like, you piece of shit. I'm like, oh boy, here I go. I leave to New York to come to Bloomington for this. But that's where you went to college.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. The college had ended the week before, and that's a strict college town. So it felt a little ghosty.
Yeah, Bloomington in the summer is like a whole different.
Okay.
That crew doesn't come out until all the students go away.
I could see because they were like fresh.
It's
like,
their town for a few months.
Yeah, it was like the freaks come out at night. Yeah. And then there was like a lot of bars and restaurants, but they were kind of empty because all the students were gone.
But again, I could have hooked you up with some good racks. Say what you want. Those small college towns have good food and bar scene.
Yeah,
like, I had some like really good eats in Bloomington.
Yeah, I went to a Raising Cane's.
Oh my God.
Yeah, somebody recommended some at Uptown Cafe.
Uptown's pretty solid for breakfast. I wouldn't go for dinner.
Yeah. No, but shout out to everybody who
How
came
was the
out
show?
there. The shows were okay. They weren't too full. It's a weird thing, bro. You're in this place where like you do Boston the week before and it's sold out, 300 people, and then you come to Bloomington and you're like, damn. Y'all don't know me in Bloomington?
Yeah.
That's crazy. But I think it's because the college is gone and the club is like dealing with some stuff.
Why? Can I ask you a question? Because I've seen a lot of comics who I follow on Instagram are stopping through Bloomington this summer. Like, why? Like, how do clubs book big comics when they know like the audience is not going to be there? Like, what's the point of going to Bloomington?
Some comics you could book them in the middle of the Sahara Desert and the people will come. They just popular like that, and it don't even got to be as big as Dave Chappelle. Some comics you never heard of,
right?
Yeah, just have true.
It's true.
They have a fan base. But in the summertime, a lot of people are like off, like
Vacation.
SNL's off. So everybody who's a comic on SNL, they're touring and they're trying to get up dates. And the sitcoms, if you work on a TV show, it's not going on in the summer. So you're out. So the summertime is a lot of time when the comics who can't really do it during the year because of other commitments, they'll go out to the club.
Gotcha.
And do it.
Yeah, because I have a friend who still lives in Bloomington because she works for the football team. I can't talk about that, but I send her like an Instagram DM like every day from the Comedy Addict. I sent her yours. Sounds like she didn't come through, but I did not promote.
I will say the shows were great. They weren't full, but they were great. I had fun. We got actually on the first show, there was a tornado warning, like right when I was on stage. Like
what, it was Twisters?
It was literally like seek shelter, get off. I feel like it was talking to me. It was like, get off stage, nobody loves you, you're not funny. Get into a I'm like, this seems personal. This is a personal Amber Alert.
Somebody was coming for you.
Yeah, but thankfully it passed us and nothing happened. I was afraid. I made a joke about it. I was afraid that the cyclone would hit and kill everyone at the comedy club, because I was like, there was gonna be a headline the next day like cyclone hits in the middle of the club and people would be like, what? How many people died? And it'd be like 11. And you're like, oh. Damn. I guess the comic wasn't popular enough. But shout out to you. Okay.
That's good.
How did we get you on SNL, bro?
On Saturday Night Live?
Yeah,
I auditioned for them once. I don't think I'm Saturday Night Live.
No, but like to host.
First of all, I would have to delete all these episodes.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
I think so. Because they're not going to bother to get the context of the stuff I say. They're just going to get the trigger stuff. And then I'll be like, but if you listen at the end, I said that gay people should be allowed to vote.
Happy Pride.
Right. And they're like, oh, we didn't get to that part.
But look at the outfit.
Yeah, we took it off. But no, SNL is dope. I actually, there was this week was the last episode of the season, of the 50th season, and Bad Bunny was the musical guest, and I got invited to his after party, but I was in Bloomington, Indiana.
Oh, fun.
So yeah, I couldn't
Where
go.
are you at with, I know you had bought those really expensive Bad Bunny tickets. Are you going to sell them or are you going to go?
Wasn't it coming up, right?
It's in the fall. I'm still playing it by ear. I still have them. I'm still playing it by ear. I think I'm gonna sell them though, but.
Oh, I was going to say, I think you go. That's
no, I'm saying I'm playing my outfit.
For the story?
or you sell them to us, you give me your outfit, we go.
That's content.
Yeah.
That's a good
Brand trip.
content,
that's
right?
a good plan. Let's do one more thing and then we'll wrap this episode up. This was an interesting topic, which is what's an acceptable side hustle for a potential partner?
Photography, definitely.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know, because all the guys I know who are photographers are around hoes nonstop.
but
Really?
Yeah, nonstop.
wedding
And
photographers?
nothing Instagram baddie loves more than a photographer. Like, I mean, that's better than a rapper, basketball player for them.
That's the new. Is that the new drug dealer?
Yeah, I mean, a photographer, you get a camera.
And be
They'll
good.
answer your DMs.
And you're good.
Yeah, they'll answer your DMs.
Filters.
Yep. I think photography is shady.
Damn. Never thought about that.
Well, here's my question about DJing, because obviously you're a DJ and you make a career out of it. My brother's a DJ in college and he's like looking to do it as a side hustle when he graduates. Like, if you're a married man and you're DJing, what is an acceptable amount of gigs a month to make it legitimate? Like where you can call yourself a DJ as a side hustle and it's respectable.
I mean, it depends. Like,
I think to call it a side hustle, you do one.
yeah, you
It's a
do
side hustle.
one or two, but it's also like, if it's your thing, like, if it's your one night out a week, but every other night you're with your partner, you're with your family, then you can do four a month.
I think if a side hustle is one thing, because a side hustle you can always be like, hey, you work because it's assumed you have a 9 to 5 also.
Yeah.
So you can put a stop on that and be like, hey, I need some time to see you if you got a partner.
Yeah.
But if it's your main job, if DJing is your main job, you got to do a show every night. The bills got to get paid.
They got to get paid.
That's
And if you're
fair.
paying them
That's
on
what
time.
it is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like, what I feel like every side hustle has a connotation of susness under it.
What about personal trainer?
Oh, definitely not.
But every side hustle
Forget
can
it.
potentially become a main hustle too. Like, there's things where it starts to justify, like, oh, wait a minute.
You're looking at it from a betterment perspective.
Yeah, I'm looking at it from your cheating piece of shit perspective.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about a meal prep guy or like a guy who does like maybe a couple dinner parties a month? I want to date that guy.
A chef?
Yeah.
Oh, a chef.
They're like a photographer.
Yeah.
Women love to eat.
Women love
True that.
photos,
And then
they love to eat.
eat. So you doing the handmade noodles and stuff?
Every job that you mentioned is
rated.
like women like love that. Like it's
I know.
like
I'm thinking the things I want my man to do.
photography, a chef, a photographer, a chef.
DJ.
What about start mowing lawns? I don't got a problem with that.
No, that's fire
If
too.
my lady wants to start mowing lawns on the weekends to make ends meet, go for that.
Yeah.
Landscaping.
Yeah, do some landscaping, walk some dogs.
I had an all-woman landscaping company come by one time before.
That's powerful.
Yeah, they was like, we got to get to it. They cleaned the backyard, power wash, and everything.
That's one of the most like lucrative off the books things you can do is mowing lawns. Like you set a random ass rate, and if you have the piece of machinery, it's cake.
Don't let you be nice, because then you're going to tell me, and I'm going to tell E, and E's going to tell Cam, and then you got the whole block.
You
Right.
know what my problem is? I don't know what anything costs.
Nobody does.
So you come to my
Like
house
going
and
to
you like,
bodega.
you want us to mow your lawn, it's gonna be $4,000. I will be like, okay.
Right.
And unless I have my phone so I can ask Chat GBT what the going rate is, I don't know what anything costs. Like
Right.
people just know, like old fashioned dads just know the price of stuff.
Of how much a lawn.
Yeah,
because
like
there was-
anything, they just be knowing what it
Yeah.
costs.
There was a dad almanac that got passed.
Yeah,
And they like
where
new
where
stuff.
you knew the prices.
Yeah.
Like
Because that's like going into like the bodega and then you just hold it and there's no price. They just like, that's $2, that's $3, $4.
Yeah.
How can I trust this?
Like if I said
Right.
something to you like, yo, you need to get a plumber. Like, do you even have any realm of idea how much like that
plumber?
even costs? Like, I don't even know how much, like, you say plumber and I'm thinking it could be anywhere from $1,000 to $50,000.
But this is where it's good to be like older and like slightly on the washed up scale,
Mm-hmm.
because then you start realizing that like, oh, my friend is a plumber. So you're like, yo, let me hit Jimmy. Yo,
that's
Jimmy.
nice.
Right.
Nice. But then Jimmy comes and I'm like, what's this work? Like, am I supposed to be
You
getting
price. So you Google, right? Like, yo, I need a plumber, blah, blah, blah. Depending on what you need, toilet, sink, whatever.
Right.
So you Google and you get a quote. Then you hit Jimmy like, yo, Jimmy, why is he charging me $100,000 just to change the toilet?
Yeah.
It's like, nah, you get screwed over. You know, like, but you got to have people in a different array of work.
Yeah, my issue is none of the people I grew up with are good at anything.
You know,
tough. And that's tough.
Right, they all work in tech.
Yeah, when you come from like a city, you're not gonna have helpful people.
You're not.
People who come from like small towns, they know how to like lay tiles.
Where'd you go? What's the college town that you went to?
Oh, Westbury, but it wasn't even. It was too close to the city.
Indiana.
Oh, Bloomington.
Somebody knew how to lay some tiles.
Oh yeah, in Bloomington, they know how to landscape, lay tiles.
They'll fix your.
There's nothing else to do besides improve your home.
You got to clean out the gutters. I don't even know what that means.
But they'll
or
hook
why?
It up.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they'll hook it up.
Yeah, so I think the main thing is get some small town friends that have hands-on jobs and stop like being friends with like influencers and photographers. Who like
adulthood pro tip?
Yeah, who you ask them to shoot your wedding and they're like, I don't even have the lens for that, and you're like,
well, what are we doing here?
You're like, I thought you were a photographer. Yeah, but my lens are for sporting events, and I'm all right. I'm done.
I gotta
every time.
Yo, I had. It's funny that you mentioned that.
No photographer has the lens that they need ever.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I got like a full tutorial on photography from like one of them old school dudes. He had a great ponytail. When a dude got a great ponytail,
there's no photography. Yeah,
he's been cool for a long time. He was just like,
No, every guy that I've ever met with a ponytail has known about photography
forever. For like they were there with Basquiat. Like they was just like, I was downtown. And he was saying that, literally that, because it's a different lens and I shoot manual.
Look,
and
if
these
you
new
a photographer,
guys,
stop talking to me about lens.
Just take the damn
photo. I don't want to hear about lens. That's not what I hire people. I'm the kind of person, I'll hire people to do the job I need done. Yeah. But do the job. Don't come tell me that the lens need to come from Japan and because of the tariffs, now you can't find the lens. Don't give a about tariffs.
We need the 38 shadow. You need the 38 shadow.
Because the sun, I didn't think the sun was going to come out like this.
It's midday.
So we can't even get the shot. I'm like,
it's hazy. It's hazy.
We're here.
It's a baby shower.
Yeah, but I thought the sun was going to come out from the other side of the day.
They hit you with this, but you know I shoot manual. You know this. When you book me.
Bro, they start saying shit. I'm like, I don't know what shoot manual means. I don't know what it means. I hired you to shoot my baby shower.
Yeah, I'm on film, fam. I'm on film. I'm not doing digital.
That's so good, and it's so damn true.
I feel like every profession is gonna hate us. We've made enemies with the barbers. Now the photographers.
The barber clip, I got some threatening DMs.
Threatening?
Mind your business.
They hit us with our own.
This is what I have to do for my job is field these.
People don't understand. People don't understand hyperbole.
Nah.
Hyperbole.
Spell that.
I didn't say it. Like it's like they act like we're stopping the industry because we're bringing it to light. Anyways, where you gonna be at?
This weekend I'm gonna be at Panda on Friday, and then I got a private event on Saturday.
All right. If you want to come see me on the road, I actually just added this date for this month. This is all I got. June 6th to the 8th. I'm gonna be in South Beach, Miami, at the Miami Improv.
So will we.
Come check me out live this week, June 6th to the 8th. If you haven't got your tickets yet, get them right now. I hope to sell some tickets now. Adulthood Pod, Volume 112. Thank y'all for listening.